Okay. I think this is an alright place to set it up at. So I was really thinking about doing another part 2 here for the Tender Day story. I think that would be cool. But I'm kind of wanting to do a story that's just by itself, since the last one was a part 2. And like, I do just want to come out and apologize for some of the spots, and like the angles have been really bad. Like, I think what I want to do is get like a tripod so then I can set it up somewhere, because I'm literally just setting that phone on a rock with my Dr. Pepper from Burger King holding it up. So like, I'm really just makeshifting whatever, and it's like the videos are more centered around whatever I'm saying rather than what is going on. But I do also know that you would rather look at something pleasing than just some dumbass background. So I'll try to do better with that. And like, I want to make more videos other than just videos. Stories, I mean. I probably said videos twice. Anyhow, with that out of the way, I think what I want to do is tell this story about, I don't know if it was my first time going to Snowshoe or like my second. I really do think it was my first time going to Snowshoe. And Snowshoe is this big event where people race bikes all weekend during the summer up at this super expensive like resort area near where I'm from, probably an hour from where I'm living. And I know it's like a big deal, like I've heard people talk about it. I don't really know what to expect. And like, my dad really didn't want me to go. So like, I'm at my friend's house. It's like 12 p.m. or sometime during the day. And my dad's like, you need to be home by like 8:30 or whatever. And I'm like, fuck that. Like, I just want to go stay the night. And like, I'd already told him all that, and he's not with it. Doesn't want me to go. And the reason is because I have work tomorrow at like 9 a.m. But like, I wasn't really too concerned about it. And I'm like, whatever, like I can find a way back. Or like, if my dad would have just let me drive up there, then I would have been able to come back in the morning for work. Like, I just had to get up early. It's not really too big of a problem, but my dad would not let me do it. So like, I'm all upset, and I started drinking. I started out like 1-2 natty lights, so nothing too much, and then got the Fireball out, and I started taking shots of Fireball. And I'm not kidding you, like, I actually made it a game to where like, when my dad would text me something that was like telling me not to go, I would take a shot. And it was a really stupid ass idea. I don't know why I decided to do that. But it got to the point where there's 2 natty lights to start with and 10 shots of Fireball before we even left my friend's house. So like, it was fucking ridiculous. It's so stupid. Like, I don't know what was going through my head. Like, I cannot make that up. It's like, we get in the car and we start heading to Snowshoe, and like, I'm feeling sick, and I literally puke out of the back of the car on the highway. A cop, like, my friend has a video of it, and I'm probably gonna find it and throw it in like a footage of everything like I did for the Tender Day story. But I literally puke out of the backseat of my car, like get it all over the back of his truck, and you see a cop go by on the other side of the road. So like, I guess I'm feeling a little bit better. My friend got me a pair of sunglasses, so like, I'm just out of my mind, dude. Right after puking, I was like, hand me another beer. And we finally get up there, and like, I'm probably stumbling. Like, I think I kept my composure pretty well. Not really. But we went to like this apartment. It's like more like apartments, basically. I don't know what you really call them. But it was like a bunch of people from our school, and they're playing beer pong and stuff. And like, I was just way too drunk. I remember like actually talking a little bit, like slightly, and like just saying whatever, like I was being stupid. There's this video of me in there, and like, they told me to walk a straight line, and I was literally holding a natty light, and I'm just like, it's this most whack straight line. I'm like, I'm fine. It's just dumb. And like, then we meet one of my other friends, and like, this girl gives me some Bud Lights to put in my pocket, and we're gonna go for a walk down to like the village. So I have like cargo shorts on, and I have like one Bud Light here, one Bud Light here, like four. I think it was 4 Bud Lights total, or whatever. So like it didn't look too ridiculous. And we do whatever there. We actually go stop and see our friends who's eating at a restaurant, and they all have fake IDs, so they're all ordering beer. Like, there's this little fence, so we're like standing there talking to them for a minute, and like finally the people make us leave, the waiter, because we aren't allowed to be standing there. So whatever, like, we end up heading back, and my dad's pissed at this point. Like, he's super mad, and like he's on his way to get me, and I didn't really know that. I think I might have, but like, again, I was really drunk, and I only had Wi-Fi at the apartment we were at. So like, we left the apartment, and my dad was like expressing how mad he was, and he was coming to get me. And I guess I sent him my location because like I was fine with going down to the village and doing whatever, and then getting back in the car and going home. So I sent him my location. We get back, and I wasn't expecting to see him at all. Like, I'd already forgotten. And we're walking up back to the apartment, and there's like these headlights right in our face. And I'm like, shit, like that's kind of looking like my Jeep. And my dad could obviously see me, and he like got out of the car. He's like, get in the fucking car. So I get in the passenger seat. Like, I'm like, bye guys. I'm like, this is it for me. I'm done for. And we're on the ride back home, completely silent. Like, it's some of the maddest I've seen my dad. He was so fucking mad. And he was just silent, and he's like, there wasn't a word going on probably the whole ride down the mountain. And I still had a Bud Light in my pocket, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna drink a Bud Light. And like, I was trying to open it so like he wouldn't hear it. So like, I think I started talking or something, and I cracked it just a little bit, just a little bit, so like it would, you know how it fizzes at first. So it's like, I wanted to get the fizz away, and then obviously it's gonna be loud as shit in a silent car, but like, I opened it a little bit, and instantly he heard it, and he's like, what the fuck is that? And like, I have it up under the seat like this, and I'm like, nothing, what are you talking about? And he's like, what the fuck do you have? And like, eventually he just grabs it up out of my hand, sees it, throws it out the window. He was so fucking mad. Like, he was so mad. I can't remember if I just fizzed it, or I definitely cracked it. I definitely fucking cracked it. And he was just livid. Like, I'm talking, he was so mad. I was definitely grounded. I had to go to work the next morning, which sucked. And that was pretty much my first time going to Snowshoe. Hopefully I can find some of the videos and it definitely make it worthwhile.